Hey, it's Mike here, bringing you more exciting information about note investing. And today I want to talk to you about exit strategies in long-term planning. If you want to achieve a goal, traditional wisdom would say, begin with the end in mind. This is sound advice, very important in the note space. In the note investing world, exit strategies are the plans that you'll be using when you are ready to get rid of a note, to get it out of your portfolio. So I want to share with you some of the most common exit strategies used in the business. Before we get into specifics, here is the fundamental principle. Exit strategies are different depending on whether a note is performing, subperforming, or non-performing. And you should have exit strategies for all three cases every single time. But you might say, the note I bought is a strong performer. These people have been paying their loan for years. I know I can buy it, earn a high yield on my money, and flip it for a profit. That may very well be the case, and in most situations could be the most probable. But I always have to say, what if it doesn't? Things happen. People's life situations change, housing markets fluctuate, people's income can go down, etc. What if you put all your energy into one exit strategy and it doesn't work out? If you're going to run your note business on one single exit, you might as well go invest in the stock market. The beauty of note investing is that we can protect ourselves in every case, provided we plan ahead. So let's start with performing notes. The first and most obvious exit strategy is to sell the note to another investor. So when I buy the note, I will collect payments for a number of months or years, and when I no longer want the note in my portfolio, let's say I found a higher yield. For instance, maybe I'm making 10% now, and I found a deal for 12%. I will sell the remaining unpaid principal balance to another investor. Another exit strategy would be reaching out to the borrower directly about selling the house or refinancing, which would result in an early payoff for you. If you buy notes at a deep enough discount, this is a great yield booster. In his book, Invest in Debt, Jimmy Napier says, the borrower is often the last place people go when they're looking to liquidate their note. They offer the discount to everyone else, all the investors, but they never think of the borrower. Wouldn't the borrower be extremely happy to have a discount in exchange for an early payoff? Now, the likelihood of this working out depends on their situation. Do they have equity, steady income? Are they building their credit, looking to move, etc.? As an example, I bought a note for around $56,000, and the balance on the loan was about $62,000, which is about a $6,000 spread. Now, when I'm ready to sell the note, I could try to sell it for $57,000 to another investor, or instead, maybe I could offer them a $2,000 or $3,000 discount, the borrower, a $2,000 or $3,000 discount, if they pay me off in the next 60 days. Wouldn't you like it if your bank approached you with a discount on your own mortgage? I know I would. Okay, so now on to subperforming notes. Let's move on to the subperforming category, where the borrowers are paying, but they're inconsistent. They're not making payments every single month. Their payment history is spotty. They may miss a month or two, then catch up, miss a few more, then catch up again. You get the point. On subperforming notes, the strategies are aimed at getting the borrower paying more consistently and bumping this paper quality up from subperforming to performing again. The goal would then be to sell the note at a higher price, because performing notes, all else being equal, are more valuable than subperforming. It's always good to start by reaching out to the borrower directly through your licensed loan servicer and trying to get a handle on their unique financial situation. If it makes sense, you can actually modify the interest rate, the term, the principal balance, etc. through a formal process called a loan modification, where you can adjust the terms and conditions of the loan to fit their unique financial situation. Then they can get to paying on time again and turn the loan performing. Or maybe they had a single event in the past where they fell a few months behind and now they're making payments every single month, but they just can't catch up. And in this case, it just makes sense to approach the borrower and say, hey, I see you're making consistent payments every month. I know something happened in the past where you fell behind. How about we just take those payments, put them on the back end of the loan so you don't get charged late fees anymore and you don't take a hit to your credit report, and let's move on. The loan may then go performing. The borrower will continue to build their credit and increase the likelihood of an early payoff as they get closer to being qualified for a lower interest refinance. Another good strategy is to leverage government mortgage assistance. Over the past few decades, different programs have come out that provide principal balance paydown, making mortgage payments on the borrower's behalf to you, the lender, and utility assistance. These can all help the borrower and help your yield. Lastly, let's talk about non-performing. A non-performing note is formally a note where the borrower is more than 90 days past due. It's quite often more than this, and it really means the borrower is not making their mortgage payment at all. If you are able to make contact with them, you may attempt a loan modification, but in many cases you may need to do something called a deed in lieu of foreclosure. A deed in lieu means the borrower signs the deed of the property over to you under condition that the debt is eliminated. This can be good for both sides, especially if the borrower is underwater or not living in the house anymore. If you can't make contact or locate them, you may need to go through the foreclosure process. Non-performing exit strategies is a very deep subject, which is going to require more than just a few videos to explain. But this is just a basic overview. The list is not exhaustive. There are more advanced exit strategies that you'll learn as you get more involved in the business. This is just to get you to start thinking about what type of things do I need to know before buying a note. This was a lot of information, so take a little time to process this before moving on, and talk soon.